the silent struggle we all face is with a feeling called comparison. It's a sneaky, persistent, and truly destructive habit that works in the background of your mind every single day. It forces you to measure your whole life, your personal hard work, your quiet moments, the very core of your true self, against the perfect, edited picture of everyone else. And the simple, brutal truth is, when we play this game, we always feel like we are falling short. This habit doesn't just make us jealous, it systematically makes us deeply unhappy with the life we actually have. You could have 3 amazing things in front of you, but the moment you see a 4th, slightly better thing on a screen, the 3 good things disappear. Comparison is a slow poison. It tells you that you are living the wrong story, that your life isn't good enough, and that real happiness, real fulfillment, belongs exclusively to someone else. It convinces you that your existence is merely a rough draft, while theirs is the final, published masterpiece. The myth of the external excuse. A lot of people are quick to blame the outside world for this crushing feeling. They say, it's all the social media feeds. It's the apps. People are just showing off their highlights, and that's why I feel bad. They want to shift the burden of their misery onto the technology or the people using it. But stop and think about that excuse for a moment. Doesn't that defensive posture sound terribly familiar? It is not a new problem. This is simply the modern version of an old, internal disease. It's like a person who has a beautiful, successful garden, one that provides for their needs and fills them with joy, but they complain constantly because their neighbor's garden looks better in one filtered, heavily edited photo. The fault is not the garden next door, the fault is the gaze we cast upon it. The real problem is not the picture on the screen. The real problem is the empty space in our own heart that we are constantly trying to fill with external validation. We have to take responsibility for where we look and what we focus on. Why do we keep searching for proof of our worth in other people's likes or achievements instead of grounding ourselves in our own purpose, our own calling, and our own efforts? When you feel bad about what someone else has, you are essentially confessing that you are unhappy with your own blessings. This is why the wise say, we have to confess our own lack of thanks, our own lack of gratitude, not the success or fortune of others. Gratitude is the only active choice that can successfully fill that empty space comparison leaves behind. The moral test and hidden costs. To truly understand the toxicity of comparison, we need a test. Here's the most important test you can give yourself. When you see that amazing vacation, that perfect career, or that incredible house, ask yourself this question: would you trade everything? Your whole personal history, your family, your private struggles, your hidden flaws, and the person you are right now, for that one perfect thing they have? Most of us, if we're honest and truly thoughtful, would say, no, I wouldn't. And that's because we know, deep down, that every success we see comes with baggage we don't see. We don't see the silent struggles, the hidden compromises, the lonely nights, or the crushing pressure that often comes with that success. You are only seeing the final product, never the full, messy cost. So why does a quick, momentary glance at someone else's life convince us that our story is less important? Why do we allow a handful of photos to invalidate the entirety of our complex, rich reality? Comparison is simply a lack of love for your own life. It is a profound rejection of the unique gifts you already possess, the unique path you were meant to walk. Breaking the illusion. That endless scrolling feed is basically a gallery of fake perfection. It's not real life, it's a constant sales pitch. It tricks you into thinking that this filtered, unattainable standard is the one you must meet to be worthy. It feeds your envy because it's a distorted, untrue version of life designed specifically to capture your attention and drain your contentment. And this has a very real spiritual cost. It completely downgrades your value as a human being. You are a unique person, made to be yourself. But comparison turns you into a thing to be judged, a thing to be ranked, or a cheap copy of someone else. It forces you into a constant state of competition. It makes you feel like you are only worth something if you can rank higher or look better than the people around you. This completely, utterly misses the entire point of your life. The choice to look forward. The wisest people in history all teach the same simple, liberating lesson: you have to decide to step away from things that tempt you, or you will accidentally become a slave to those feelings. If you don't make a conscious, daily choice to stop looking sideways at what everyone else has and what you think you lack, then you will involuntarily become addicted to feeling unhappy. You will be stuck wishing you had a life that isn't yours, perpetually standing still while others move forward. The solution is simple, though not easy. It is time to choose to look forward. Focus on the path beneath your own feet. Stop feeding the hunger of comparison with constant consumption of things that don't belong to you. Be grateful for your own journey, your own gifts, and your own timeline. That is where real peace is found. That is where you find the freedom to finally be yourself.